Okay, let's try this again. Are you guys there? Can you hear me? Let me know. I was having some trouble getting volume and sound on my computer just a minute ago. So, Judy Tuttle here from Midland, Texas. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am here at 5 because this whole week I am subbing at a local high school. A math teacher is gone for the week, and so they asked me to step in. So I stepped in and subbed today, and it'll be all week long, well, through Thursday, because Friday they have school off. So when you jump in, let me know if you can hear me okay, and then we will get started, okay? So I'm just going to move on as if you can hear me. All right, first thing, Stampin' Up! Has a kit sale going on. Hi, Dana. Can you hear me okay? I hope so. Kit sale that just launched today. It will be today and tomorrow and Wednesday, up to 30% off all of our kit collection. And I'm going to show you a couple of kits here right now. So let me take that off. Yay! I'm so glad. Okay, so 2 new kits that just launched last week, and these are included in the sale as well. And one of them I know is going to sell out pretty fast. This is a beautiful kit that is called Calm and Bright. You can see it. It has very subtle colors. It has some glimmer to it. You get everything you need. Our kits are all inclusive, okay? So you get everything, even a block in them that you need. Stamping block, the ribbon, the adhesives, the dimensionals. This one makes 9 beautiful Christmas cards. Joy, all is calm and bright. Very subtle colors, right? But beautiful, okay? So this is one of the kits that just launched last week. You get the stamp set, you get an ink spot. This one is Lost Lagoon, a very soft and pretty color, okay? So that one just launched last week. And then another one, and this is the one that I just have a feeling is gonna just go bonkers because people have already been talking about it. And that is the Nutcracker tags. These were just launched last week as well. This is a no stamping kit, but I don't know if you can see the words in this, but they are glimmer. There's lots of bling and glimmer. You can see the bling on their belts and on the tags. These are going to be beautiful. It makes 12 tags with the Nutcracker theme, which is very popular, right? So pretty. I'm going to have a pajama night to make some tags with my ladies here in Midland. And if you haven't gotten your hands on the Nutcracker tags yet, you probably need to, okay? Because I think they're going to go quickly. All right, next, as you guys know, we have a great joining special going on right now. Why would anyone not take advantage of this? I don't know. The people I'm talking to that are thinking about it, they're worried about the commitment. They're worried about letting me down if they don't follow through. You guys, I want what's best for you. I want you to get $90 of free product, okay? And then what you do with it after that, I'm here to help you if you need my help. But if you just want to just buy some things at 20% off and then let it go, you can do that. The commitment is no commitment because there are no strings attached. You can join, you can stay. If something comes up and you have to leave, then you leave. It's all good. You'll still be my friend and I will still love you, okay? All right, the second option is to get $189 worth of stuff for only $99. So either way, you're getting $90 of free product, whether you choose the $35 option or the $99 option, okay? All right, so join my team. I want to have you. I have added 6 members to my team since it launched last week, and it's going to be so fun. I'm so excited about all this stuff. Okay, so I just launched last week my breast cancer fundraiser. $10 from each kit sold goes to the Susan G. Komen Foundation for Breast Cancer Research. As you guys know, and Mary Ann knows, and Kathy knows, and a lot of my friends out there know that raising money from breast cancer is something that is near and dear to my heart. So many of my close friends and family members have had breast cancer, and I am just so excited to have another fundraiser, and I'm doing it different this year. In the past, I've used the Memory and More cards to try to hit the easy button, but I've heard from my customers and from all of you that you would really love a stamp set. Okay, so I'm going to go to my hands here. I'm going to show you what's included. Okay, so you get over $52 worth of product. You get these beautiful pretty and pink and strawberry slush gems. Aren't those so pretty? You get the Love and Courage stamp set. If you already have it, I'm going to tell you something you can do instead. Okay, you get strawberry slush ribbon, a whole roll of that ribbon, and you get a half a pack of this beautiful Florals in Bloom designer series paper. We are going to make 4 cards and an awesome album that you could, that is so sweet of you, Dana. Thank you. You get a half a pack of the designer series paper and all of this, plus product to make 4 cards and a beautiful little memory album that you can give to someone who has breast cancer and fill it in with pictures and scriptures and thoughts about their journey. Or you can give it to them to fill it out on their own and add their own pictures and thoughts and you know, pictures of the nurses and the doctors and something to remember their journey with. Okay, so this is the link for this will be up in the description. I am very passionate about this. If you already have the Love and Courage stamp set, an optional add-on that we're going to be using some on the album, but you can use lots of things, but we're going to be using lots of these sentiments. You're such a blessing. You are loved. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for your prayers. Aren't those perfect sentiments for an album to remember your journey with breast cancer? You can substitute this stamp set for this one if you already have it. Now, if you already have both of them, we're going to have to substitute another stamp set, okay? So, and if you end up getting this kit, right, and then you want to add on this, I'm going to give my profits off of this as well, okay? So I'm not doing this to make money. I'm doing this to help my friends and family and all the women out there that are battling breast cancer, okay? So that is where my heart is, and you can trust me in that, okay? All right, so that's the breast cancer fundraiser. Next, 12 Days of Christmas Advent Calendar. Now, this came up for sale a couple weeks ago. I have heard it's getting very, very close to selling out. So if you have not bought yours yet, you need to grab it because I think we really only have a couple of days left. So every day, you open a little door and there's product inside. You also get a double stamp set along with your advent calendar. And if you buy it from me, we're going to give you a 12 product tutorial, one for each of the days that you open in your advent calendar. And it's going to be fun, fun, fun. All right, next. Cookies and cards coming up here, except this time it's going to be cookies and treat holders at my house on October the 20th at 6:30 p.m. If you haven't registered yet for that, I need you to register pretty soon. Registration will close in the next week or so we can get a head count and my friend Heather can start baking up the number of cookies that she needs for that event. So if you're in the Midland area, I would love for you to join us at this event. It's going to be so fun. You're going to decorate 3 cookies and make 15 little treat boxes, and you can add on more if you want to as well. Okay, next, A Child is Born is our October craft along. So, so pretty. I'm going to show you what you get in this here. Let me pull everything out of my bucket here. The paper and embellishments and everything are so, so pretty. So let me go back to my hands. You will get the A Child is Born stamp set. You will get the paper, okay, glimmer paper, and the Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper. It's so pretty. This is going to be a beautiful card class. I would love for you to join with me in this. And this beautiful ribbon. Actually, you add on the stamp set for this one. So the stamp set isn't included. The DSP, the glimmer, the ribbon, and the embellishments are all included. Everything to make 10 cards, and you can add on the Child is Born stamp set if you need it. Okay, so that is coming up. This glimmer paper is so pretty, you guys. Look at this. Woo! Look at that dark secret sea. And the misty moonlight and these awesome gold stars are going to be a part of this class. So it will close on October this weekend. It's going to close this coming weekend. So there we go. We put all that away in there. All right. Now, today's class is going to be so fun. So I'm sorry I talked so much, but it's going to be worth it here in the end. So today, we are doing a mega online class to go using the Long Time No See stamp set. We're going to make 4 projects, and you will get everything to make 2 of each project. Plus, let me go to my hands here. Let me get rid of that. You are going to get the full color PDF. Now, you can buy the PDF outright if you want to, in the link. If you go to the link for this class, you can purchase the PDF. Don't do that if you're a team member, though, because I give my team members all of my PDFs for free. Okay? Long Time No See stamp set is going to be included in this class this week, as well as a roll of linen thread, a full package of the rhinestone gems. Yours will be new and full, not used like this one. And a quarter of a pack of this designer series paper. And can you guess what designer series paper this is? We're using the back sides, I will tell you that. And great bright colors, stripes. Something's going to give it away here. That one could give it away, and all these stripes. So we're going to ignore this one right here, these 2. But look at all these great patterns and prints. So you get a quarter of a pack of the designer series paper that is from the turtles, right? They are so cute, aren't they, Dana? So this is your class to go. A quarter pack of DSP, the Long Time No See stamp set, the embellishments, the linen thread. You can exchange Long Time No See for a $20 of anything you want, another stamp set or something else. Or you can get the PDF in the store as well if you already have all of this stuff and you just want to make the cards, okay? Because our PDFs are so pretty. I'm not embarrassed to say that. Okay, so I'm going to pull everything out here. We're going to get started. I'm going to do 2 cards today and 2 cards tomorrow. And then a special bonus project that won't be included in the kit, but that you could make it home with your kit once you get it. Okay, so I'm trying to decide which one I want to start with. I think I want to start with this one. So this is our first card. Llamas are very popular, as well as, you're right, Dana, it's the turtle. It was the turtle. It's the turtle paper, but it's the back side, and it's so cute, right? So here's our card. Merry Christmas, and this is a fun fold. Wait till you see this. Oh, his neck gets very long. Merry Christmas. Isn't that cute? That is a Merry, Merry Christmas llama there, isn't it? So llamas are very popular. I'm going to show you how to make this card. I've done some of the coloring ahead of time just to kind of save us some time. So here we go. Pull all my pieces out here. This is a granny apple green piece of cardstock. It is cut 5.5 by 8.5, like we usually do. And it's scored down the middle at 4.25, like we usually do. But we're going to do another half here at 2 1/8. I don't know if you can see that right in the middle. Okay, so we're going to fold it in half. I'm going to grab a bone folder here if I have one handy. Here we go. Here's one right here. You can see it. Oh. Does it take a lot of patience to watch me craft? I'm a hot mess and I own it, you guys. I totally own it. So we're going to fold it in half and then we're going to fold that flap back on itself like that. So it's a Z fold. The cool thing is it's going to be a vertical Z fold. Okay. So I've got 4 panels here. I've got 2 that are Poppy Parade and I have 2 that are DSP. That should be in here somewhere. I should have 2. Oh, there it is. See? 2 pieces of DSP. Now, the Poppy Parade is going to be 5 3/8 by 2. So it's going to fit right tightly inside that top panel. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here in this second panel. And then I'm going to add my DSP on top. Okay? So I saw a little GIF, I don't know what they call it. I'm old. I mispronounce everything. Anyway, and it said, someone called me hot today. And then it said, well, they actually called me a hot mess, but I'm feeling positive, so I'm gonna own it. I thought that was cute. I get called a hot mess a lot, but like I said, I own it. Okay, so these are Poppy Parade panels that we're gonna add to these 2 2 1/8 inch scored panels that I created on the top of my card. So it's going to fold back like that. It's going to lift up like this. Okay. Now, you're so sweet, Mary. Every day you just need to text me something positive because every time you watch me, you brighten my day. You say so many sweet things. So thank you. All right. So this is going to go right there inside that Poppy Parade panel. This is cut 5 1/4 by 1 7/8 is my DSP. Okay, 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. So here we go. I'm going to do the second panel here. And don't you love cards that are not that hard to make, but definitely have that wow factor? I do. Definitely do. Okay, and so then for the inside here, we have a piece of Poppy Parade that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. It's going to go down right here on the inside panel. So today, both my cards are going to have the llama on it. And then tomorrow, both my cards are going to have the Dachshund from the set on it. So you'll get one of each of them in there. Okay, basic white. So I went to sub today. I don't know if any of you out there have ever subbed in a high school before, but I haven't subbed a whole week really since I taught. So this was going to be my first experience of subbing for a teacher for a whole week. I don't know what is going on, but something's up. So they called me last night and said, we really need a math teacher, blah, blah, blah. So I agreed. I thought we can pivot here. I can help them out and well, I got to the school and they had no lesson plans for me. I don't know if you guys have ever had that experience, but as a sub, that is your worst nightmare. You're like, please be organized and have something for me to follow, right? So it was so sweet. All the other teachers and admin were trying to help me out, help me figure out the day, figure out what they needed to be doing. So it ended up being just fine. And it ended up that I taught 2 classes because they were, so Poppy Parade, I'm stamping inside. I'm talking here and I'm not telling you what I'm doing. Um, I punched a balmy blue label using the label punch here. This one, I don't know how to get a good, there you go. You can see that. Okay, so I punched it out of balmy blue and I just stamped Merry Christmas in Poppy Parade. Okay. Then I'm going to come back to that. Okay. Then I have a piece of basic white that I cut 2 1/4 by 8 1/2, and we scored it at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8, just like we did the front of the card. 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. So it's 2 1/4 wide, 8 1/2 long, scored down the middle, and then the middle again of the bottom of the panel. Okay, so this is what's going to create that llama popping out of the card. So I'm going to grab my Memento Black, and remember I added Memento Black ink to a foam pad and I love it. So if you haven't done that yet, you can buy an empty foam pad and add your Memento Black ink to it. It just stamps better, I think. So it has worked out very well. Okay, so at the top of the 4 1/4 inch panel, this is the one that's wider, I'm going to stamp my llama mama right here, my little Christmas llama. I had a friend in Lincoln who collected llamas. So I was always picking her up llamas when I would see it. She had a llama lamp. She had lots of llama things. Okay, now this is the stamp that has part of the llama neck and a scarf around his neck there. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this, and it's going to stamp right up close to the scarf that was already on his neck right there. Okay, now look at this. Very long striped neck. This is going to be part of his sweater, and I am inking it up. Looks like a ladder, and I am going to stamp it connected to that other. Now if it doesn't connect exactly, it's okay. We can still work with it. It's what we're hoping for. Ah, look at that. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Okay, so now I'm going to color my llama. And I am going to color his face in light and dark crumb cake. So I'm starting with the light. I'm going to do his whole little fluff on top of his head in light. His whole face, except I'm going to avoid his little nose. But all of this, I'm just going to go right around his little snout there. We're going to keep that white on this one anyway. Okay, there we go. And then around his little ears here, I'm going to outline in crumb cake. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my dark. And everywhere there's these little lines or where you think there might be shadows, we're going to add the dark ink. So anyway, I got there and there was no lesson plans, and I'm supposed to be there for a whole week. So the other teachers helped me out. The kids were great. I got to teach parabolas, which is my favorite advanced algebra subject to teach, and I feel like I was helpful. So that's always a good feeling. I hope they don't get any ideas for me to be the next math teacher. I thought about doing just a really terrible job, and then they'd be like, oh, we don't want to hire her to be a math teacher. But anyway, I was there to help. So, okay, so there we go. There's my llama face. And I'm going to add some green and red stripes on his little sweater here. Okay, so we start with the red, and we're going to go all the way down. Okay, so every other little stripe, one is going to be Poppy Parade. I said red, but it's Poppy Parade. Every other stripe we would go all the way down like that. Okay, I'm going to stop right there for a second. Okay, and then we would get our darker and just add a little shading to some of the areas, some of the edges here. Okay. And then we do the same thing with the green. I love greeny apple green. Do you guys? I kind of just messed that up, but we're going to call it good. Greeny apple green. I think I should have kept that blue. But oh no, I didn't do that on my other one either. So, okay, I'm all good. So I would go all the way down, alternating my Poppy Parade and my Greeny Apple Green. All the way to the very bottom. I would add a little shading every time to this side over here. And then blend it all together really well. Okay. With my light. So I'm not going to make you watch me go all the way down this llama's neck. Okay, so there we go. And then I took my balmy blue and did his scarf. In balmy blue. And then add a little shading to that as well. Okay, now there we go. Okay, I did one ahead of time that I've already pre-done, and I've colored it all the way down, but you would just keep going. Red, green, red, green, red, green, okay? When you're done, you're also gonna add some lights, Christmas lights to him. You know what? I should have done that over here. So let's go back to this guy. We've got a string of Christmas lights here. And I'm going to grab my black again. And really, you just line up the ends of the strings with either side of your llama. So I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to go like this. See, all the way down. Just adding some lights to the llama's neck, like it's wrapped in Christmas lights. Okay, and then I colored the Christmas lights in Daffodil Delight. Okay, so when we're done coloring, our llama looks like this. Okay, you just keep going all the way down. Isn't he cute? All right, now just to add a little color to this white background, we're going to get a blender pen and some balmy blue ink here. And I'm just going to brush on some balmy blue ink all the way around my llama, just to give him a little color so he's not so white around the edges. Okay, around this other side here. So today is all about the llama. Tomorrow will be all about the Dachshund. This is a really fun fold. Fun fold. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to attach this to my card, and I'm going to start with the section that is 4 1/4, but I'm going to go ahead and fold this in like this, okay? And this is going to get attached only to this top panel and only to about underneath his chin right there, okay? So I'm going to add some glue to the back side here. Be careful not to go too far down. And he is going to go right here. I'm going to kind of push it up to the edge of the card. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is flip this entire thing over and hold this part, the bottom part of the panel, down. And I'm going to add glue just to this bottom 2 1/8 inch section. Okay, and now I'm going to fold up, I'm going to push this up, I'm going to fold up this base inside panel, and I'm going to fold it up and lay it, press it in to my card right like that. Then I don't have to worry about it getting crooked or out of shape or anything. Okay, so voila, when it opens, it's all connected. Isn't that so cute? I love it. Little pop-up feature. I know some kids that would love that. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Merry Christmas now. It's going to go right here in this section. I'm going to grab my linen thread that comes with the class to go, and I'm going to tie this in a bow. Linen thread is skinny enough that I don't have to worry about a big knot in the middle of my bow, right? So we're going to tie it in a bow. I'm going to go put it onto the back of my label right like that. Okay, so it's going to adhere to the back here, and I'm going to do that with, hang on, a piece of tear tape. So you guys liking this so far? Do you think this is a fun fold? Can you think of some people in your life that would love to get? I'm going to send this to my friend Renee, who worked with me at Lincoln High, because she's my friend that loves llamas. All right, and then I'm going to grab my dimensionals. I'm going to add some dimensionals to this label right there. Right there, right there, and right there. So this will class to go with all the product, the PDF, and everything to make 2 of each card, delivered to your door for $49. Now, I will tell you, shipping fees really have gone up. So it's getting harder and harder to do the shipping in an economical way. Okay, I'm just moving that just a little bit there. And then I'm going to, so we are giving you guys a deal with the shipping. And we tried really hard not to, I'm going to put 2 of our sparkle gems up here in this corner. How cute is that? Going to put another one here. I'm going to put one over here on my label. And I thought he could use 2 more kind of inside here, like going down his little neck. There we go. So that is card number 1. Our happy little Christmas llama saying Merry Christmas. Okay? All right. What do you guys think of that? Give me some love, some likes and hearts if you like it. I think it's so fun. And then we will move on to our second card for today. I hope you can hear me because you guys are being awfully quiet. Maybe you're studying at my every move, right? All right, so then the next card is a cute little happy birthday llama. And I felt like I put this tag a little too far down. So I'm going to, the next card I do, I'm going to make him go up a little bit. But this is a new tag set right here that is in the annual catalog. And the tags are called... Let me grab them here. You get 2 that kind of look like bones. You get a label, and you get 2 that have these little hearts in them there. It is called, of course I covered it up, the Paper Tags Dies. Paper Tags Dies, okay? So those are, it has a stamp set that coordinates with it. That's really fun. So, okay, so I have a piece of balmy blue. And I'm folding it in half, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. This is just a regular card, nothing too fancy about it. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the inside since I have everything out here. So I have this striped piece from the Turtly Awesome paper, and I am going to attach it to the bottom of my basic white 4 by 5.25 panel. I'm going to go right here to the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to stamp close to the bottom edge here where it says, sorry, I'm a little behind. Sorry, I'm a little behind. I think I would get a lot of use out of that stamp because I am often sending things a little bit late. Okay, sorry, I'm a little behind. So if you're just jumping on, I made some announcements, and the one I want you to really pay attention to is my breast cancer fundraiser for October. I go through all the details at the beginning of the video, so take a look at that and think about helping me out with my fundraiser for the year. Okay, sorry, I'm a little behind. That is going to go in the inside of our card here. I'm always behind. Me too, Kathy. We are two sisters from the same mother, I think. So today, you know, I told you I subbed, and I got all the way home, and I'm setting everything up for my live, and I realized I left my computer up at the school. Well, I don't have keys to the school because I'm not really a teacher. So my sweet friend Diet met me up there and helped me get in and get my computer and get back on time. So that was very sweet of her. Okay, this is Real Red panel. That is 4 by 5.25, and we have embossed it with that swirly embossing folder. Okay, so that is embossed. And then I have a piece of that striped DSP again, and this is 1.5 by 5.25. It's going to go right over here, flush with the left side of this swirly panel. Okay, so it's going to go right over there. So do I want to use liquid glue? I'm going to use liquid glue so I can move it around since it has to be flush with the edge. Covering up some of those turtles on the back side there. And this is going to go right there on that edge. Okay, lots of texture, lots of pops of color. This is a 1/2 by 5.25 piece of Secret Sea. It's going to go right up against the edge. Yay, you did get your breast cancer kit order. I so appreciate that. Mary got hers ordered as well. Kathy has a sister named Mary who was part of my breast cancer videos a couple of years ago, who just completed a journey through breast cancer and is doing great, which is what we all want, right? Okay, so I'm just cutting my extra edge off here. I always cut these a little long on purpose. Okay, so there's my panel. It's going to go here on the front of the card. But before I put that on, and I say that abruptly because I almost made a mistake doing this the other night, I'm going to take my linen thread and I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times here. So I'm going to put some tape on the back side. I'm going to push my linen thread into that. I'm going to wrap it around at least twice here. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here at the bottom. And press that in. Okay. And now this is going to go right here on the front of my card, and I think I used dimensionals. Yes. Okay, so you're like, wait a minute, Judy, it needs a bow. The bow is coming, so just give me a second. I'm going to put it on the front of my card first. Boop. And since this is embossed, it really needs some structure because, you know, embossing like breaks down the fibers, which is what we want, but it also makes it a little flimsy. So I'm just adding a good number of dimensionals, not overdoing it, but enough to make sure it has a good foundation and it doesn't sag in the middle. Okay, so this is going to go on the front of my card. So I know Mary Ann said that she bought this stamp set, but she hasn't used it yet. So I hope I'm inspiring you, Mary Ann, for some fun cards to make. I've seen a lot of really cute cards with this set. Okay, there we go. So there's the front of my card. The embossed panel, DSP, the thread that's going right down the middle there. Okay. And then I have these two tags. I cut one out of crushed curry and I cut one out of basic white. Isn't that cool how they line up with that heart there and you get the scalloped edge on the side here? I really like this tag set. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my linen thread. Let me think if I want to do this yet. I'm going to wait. Okay, never mind. We're going to go back. We're going to do our llama first. So I'm going to stamp my llama's head on this tag in Memento Black ink. Aw, thanks, Marianne. Okay, here we go. Right there. And then I'm going to add just another little piece of this neck with the scarf. You won't see the bottom of the scarf, but we're going to finish off his neck here. Okay, there we go. So there's my llama. Not quite as much color this time because his neck's not quite so long, right? Okay, so I'm outlining his ears. So normally on Monday nights, I watch my grandkids while all the adults that work at the church have a meeting, usually on Monday nights, but I had to bow out today since I subbed all day. So I needed to be able to be here for you guys. So I spent a lot of time with my grandkids this weekend, so don't feel like I shouldn't be here because they got a lot of Mimi time this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, there we go. So there's that part of my llama, the light crumb cake. And then just like the last time, I'm going to go over some of these spots where you've got shading and little curls around the neck there. Okay, I'm going to go back over it with my light again, kind of blend it all out. That's what I love about these blender pens. Really, when you go over it again with the light, it really just softens the whole thing up, but adds a lot of depth. There we go. Isn't that great? Okay, so I've got one of our skin tone blends, and this one is SU 1000. It's kind of peachy peach. And this time I'm going to do his little nose and mouth and that, and the inside of his ears here. Cute, right? And then just like I did on the other card, I'm going to come in with my balmy blue and do his scarf here. And then alternate some red and green. So I taught today, well, I only really taught the advanced algebra class because we knew where they were at and what they were learning. And so they were working on parabolas and parabolic functions. And of all the math topics, it's one of my favorites. So it made it really easy for me to step in and teach that. And then there was also a pre-calc class, and we didn't really know where to how to help them today. They had just taken a test on Friday. So tomorrow, one of the math teachers is going to help me out. And there was an honors calculus, but I have never taught honors calculus. So I don't think I've ever taught calculus. I taught math for 22 years, but I don't think I ever taught calculus. Okay, so here's my llama mama, and we are going to adhere these two together and line up that little heart right up there at the top, okay? So in the past, Marianne, I've taught all levels from the most basic math for high school students all the way up to pre-calc, geometry, algebra, advanced algebra, all of that. Okay, so there's my tag. Now what I'm going to do is decide kind of where I want my tag, and I think I want this one a little higher. This one I felt like was a little low, so too much of his scarf got covered up by the happy birthday. So I'm going to try to go a little higher. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to decide kind of where I want my bow, because I'm going to have my bow peek out from that heart right there. Okay, so I'm going to grab some linen thread. I'm going to tie my bow. Well, I'm going to put it underneath here. Okay, so I'm going to tie it around there. And then I'm going to take these ends and I'm going to feed them through my heart right here, like that. Okay, I'm going to decide where I want. I think just a little bit further down, and then I'm going to tie my bow inside that heart so it comes out from the heart. Okay, good things should always come out of the heart, shouldn't they? I know, I'm corny. Okay, so I'm tying it in a bow right there and pulling my ends so they're even. Okay, now I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of the tag and adhere it to the front of my card. So I'm going to cut some edges here. Put one right here in this corner. Cut that end off that's poking out there. There we go. There we go. I'm going to put another one up here on this end, underneath this corner. And the reason I'm doing it this way is so that bow will poke out of the heart. Okay, so there we go. One in the center here, and then one on each of the ends down here at the bottom. I suppose I could have put these on first. I think I was nervous about whether I would be able to get the wax paper off the adhesive if I put it on before but I can see that I probably would have worked fine. Okay, there we go. Isn't he cute? It's like he's looking in a mirror almost, isn't it? Okay, so then I have a crumb cake tag here from my Stylish Shapes. This is one of the fat, short labels, and I'm going to grab Happy Birthday and my Secret C ink. And inside this label, I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday. I'm going to get it really close to the top edge so that the bottom doesn't fall off. So there we go. I'm going to add some dimensionals to this, more towards the bottom than the top, because it's going to be level with the llama there. So let me see. I'm going to grab some of this edge piece here. We're going to put it where the bottom of the tag is going to go, right like that. And then at the top of the tag here, I'm going to add just a little liquid glue where it's going to, I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue. Okay. It's not being cooperative, so let's see if I can use this bottle. There we go. Just a few dots of liquid glue right up there at the top. And voila. All I need to do is add a yellow heart and some gems, and this card will be complete. So there's a yellow heart that came out of that crushed curry tag when I cut it. So I like it a little bit better like this. So this is the one I did yesterday, and I don't like that so much of his scarf is not showing. It's cuter this way, okay? So I have let me pull out my crushed curry heart here that fell out of the tag, and we're just going to attach it to our tag here. Thanks. Here we go. Go boop, right like that. So cute, right? And then I'm going to add some gems, and we will be done with our 2 cards for our mega online class this week. The first 2, the second 2 will come tomorrow. I'm going to add, see where I put my gems. Okay, I put a big one right over here. I put a medium-sized one inside that heart right there to highlight it, and then one down here with my tag. So that's the second card for today. Let me get all of this out of the way. Like I said, tomorrow we have 2 cute Dachshund cards for you. My first dog I ever had was a Dachshund, and his name was Hercules. How cute is this? How cute are they? Aren't they adorable? And then this is our long, oh, thanks, Marianne. I knew you said you already had the stamp set, so that would be a good option for you. Here's the long neck llama. Isn't he cute? And there's a bonus project too, Marianne, that we're not sending the people who get the kit, but that you'll get in the PDF as well. So there's a long. So these are our first 2 cards. The next 2 will come tomorrow, and I hope you enjoyed this class today. Give me a thumbs up and some love up in the comments, and thank you for watching. Please share me out, share me with your friends, give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up, and I will be back here tomorrow at 5 o'clock for the next 2 cards of the mega card class to go this week, and I will see you then. Hopefully I'll have some lesson plans tomorrow. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.